I did not expect to be doing a review of this bronzer at all. I've never tried anything from Rose Inc., though I have been peripherally aware of it as a new clean beauty line. And I think that by default, my brain, you know, sometimes looks at clean beauty products. I'm just like, okay, it's kind of boring. It's kind of beige. So I don't really like pay attention to it. Like I don't look into it. But I was watching one of Andre Renee's hauls or things that she loves type videos. I love her videos so much. She's so soothing to watch, and she always has really great recommendations. And she mentioned this bronzer as one of the new bronzers that she's picked up and loves. And the thing that got me as a packaging junkie was the packaging of this bronzer. That is what made me look into it. That is what made me purchase it. The packaging just blew me away. When she opened up the compact that the bronzer comes in, which I will show you shortly, I was just like, oh, I need to try that. Before I get into my review of the Rose Inc. Cream Bronzer, I want to show you all of the bronzers that I have in my collection thus far. So I think one of my first bronzers ever that I've tried when I first kind of like dipped my toe into the bronzer pool is the Fenty Beauty Cocoa Naughty Bronzer. And that's what that looks like. As you can see, it's not a very dark color, and it doesn't show up on me, or it didn't show up on me that, you know, obviously. But I think because I was dipping my toe in the pool, I didn't want something that was too dark or too deep. But I think that this proved to be not as deep as I wanted to be. And I realized that later when I tried other bronzers that worked better for me. I haven't used this for a while, but I did use quite a bit of it when I was using it. So again, this is Fenty Beauty and it's Cocoa Naughty. I also picked up, and this was a few years ago, a cream bronzer from Fenty Beauty. Before I really even knew how to handle cream bronzer, and I got it in the shade Chocolate, which opposite to Cocoa Naughty was way too deep for me. And also the cream bronzer formula made me really nervous. I just felt it was too sticky. It wasn't blending out right. So I probably dipped into this like once. I never reviewed it, and I just put it down forever. So the third bronzer that I tried, which has been one of my favorite bronzers that I've raved about, is by Mented, and it is Yacht Life. And once they restock their shelves, because this is a very popular bronzer on Mented's website, I would go on there and it would be sold out for like weeks. And I think I have a backup of this because I was just like, I don't want to be without this bronzer again. And this is what it looks like. And it has a very like a kind of reddish undertone to it, like a deep reddish undertone to it that you can see. And as you can see, I've also hit pan on it. When I got it, I really loved it a lot, and I was using it every time I wore bronzer. So that still remains in my favorite bronzer category. The fourth bronzer that I have been using lately, and I mentioned, I think, maybe in one of my previous videos, is Figment, but it's not Figment on its own. It is the Figment bronzer that comes as a part of the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker palette. I love it. I love this bronzer so much. So this is the shade right here. It's called Figment. It doesn't have as reddish a tone as the Yacht Life. It's more brown, and it just blends out so soft and just kind of imperceptible. Like it does what a good bronzer is supposed to do. It creates shape and shadow and structure softly on my face, but it's not like you can see it. It's not obvious. You know, it looks natural. Hello, I'm saying all that to just say that it just looks like a natural bronze, and it just, I don't know. I love it. So this is really taken over as one of my favorites. It's kind of moved Yacht Life out of the way for the moment. I still love Yacht Life, but this is the one that I've been using whenever I wear bronzer, which is basically every time I wear makeup. So I just wanted to give an honorary mention to Danessa Myricks Beauty Balm Contour. This is not a bronzer, obviously, but I do feel like bronzers and contours kind of overlap a little bit in the way that they're used in makeup. So I just wanted to mention it really quickly because it reminds me a lot of the first cream bronzer that I mentioned by Fenty Beauty. Cream makes me nervous usually. Powder is what I'm more comfortable with. I got the shade, yeah, I think this is medium 3. And this is what it looks like. Let me compare it with the Fenty Beauty one. Did I say that this is called Chocolate? This is Cheeks Out Chocolate. I don't know if I mentioned that before. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is described, yeah, this is a freestyle cream bronzer with Fenty Beauty. But it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like bronzer, contour, you can, if it's cream, you can use it as both, depending on your shade, depending on what you want. So this is medium 3 by Danessa Myricks, and this is Chocolate, 06 Chocolate. So this is definitely deeper. This is a bit cooler. So I'm just gonna do a quick swatch of the Danessa Myrick medium 3, pretty deep. And this is Chocolate 06, Fenty Beauty. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely deeper. This is deep as well, but it's just a cooler undertone. Contour is a very deliberate, more structured shading on the face, whereas bronzer is soft and, you know, just kind of seamless, or at least it should be. So with that being said, let's get into the Rose Ink Cream Bronzer. Okay, so first I'm just gonna show you the box that it comes in. It looks like this. And I got the color Seychelles, which I had to look up the pronunciation and what Seychelles is. So each of the bronzers that Rose Ink released are named after like beautiful, lush islands like Capri and Kauai, which is in Hawaii. And Seychelles is an archipelagic island country in East Africa. I had to look that up because I have never heard of it and I would not have known how to pronounce it. It's Seychelles. So there are 4 shades of this cream bronzer in all. The other ones are Capri and Parrot Cay. And like I said, these are other islands in the world. I'm imagining that there is some personal attachment to these specific islands. And I like that. I really like that. They sound like really good vacation spots. So this is the packaging. And it says Rose Ink up here. I don't know if you can see it because my light is really bright. When I saw this, when Andre Renee pulled this out, I was just like, I just had to take a moment. And this is what it looks like on the sides. This is all plastic, this is frosted, but I mean, it just looks so modern and fresh and high-end. This is how it opens. So it twists this way, and you twist it twice, and ta-da. I like exact and precise design around opening a package. Like I love it. I mean, that's how it's gonna be every single time. So you close it, 1, 2, it's closed. I mean, I guess with something like this where it has to line up at the top, it's obvious that you have to do that, but it's not something I would necessarily assume. Many a brand have gotten it wrong with unique shapes, but really annoying ways of opening up the packaging. So I got this just recently at Sephora. I did make sure to like test it with my finger before I purchased it. And that's the other thing that made me want to try this, because It's cream, but it's super light. It's very light. It's almost like a stain. Let me just put this on here and see how it shows up. It's very soft and light. It doesn't feel heavy or creamy at all. So I was just like, oh, they're onto something here. We're gonna try this. So before I apply the Rose Ink Cream Bronzer for the first time, I just want to mention a few things about the ingredients in this cream bronzer and what it does for the face. So again, it's called the Solar Infusion Soft Focus Cream Bronzer. According to the website, it says it's a mistake-proof bronzer that instantly warms the complexion while blurring pores and texture. The main ingredients are tourmaline, which illuminates skin without shimmer. Quartz delivers a soft focus glow. Vitamins C and E provide powerful antioxidant protection. And then squalene, which we know very well, it's in so many skincare products. Pure, sustainable, and 100% plant-derived moisturizing agent that adds weightless hydration. The packaging is also sustainable. It has 50% post-consumer recycled plastic lid, 30% post-consumer recycled plastic base. I love it. Like in part of the video promotion, I see that they're using a stippling brush, and I have a stippling brush, which I haven't used in some time. This one I think it's from Mented. And so I'm gonna apply to one side of my face with this, and the other side I'm gonna use this e.l.f. blending sponge. It's gonna take a little bit. Now, initially, I feel like I'm not seeing anything, but I have been tricked before with really good bronzers thinking I'm not seeing anything, and it's actually there. But I think it's not, and I put too much, and I don't want to do that here. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more. I'm gonna tap it a couple of times. And again, this is not a super deep color for my complexion, so I didn't expect to see it like immediately. Yeah, I think it's there though. I can tell. So, but I'm gonna go in a little bit more. I'm gonna do 3, 4. Let's go up here. Now, I believe it is showing up, just really subtly. Yeah, this is very natural looking. I'm gonna go on the other side and see how it applies with the sponge. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I see it. It doesn't show up like super deep. It is definitely a cool tone, but it's there. It's there. And by the way, my face, I'm wearing, which foundation? I'm wearing the Huda Beauty foundation stick on my face. I did concealer and set under my eye. Basically just did all of my makeup, except for bronzer. This is normally how I go in with bronzer for my makeup routine. This is like, it's almost like, it's very soft. It's very, very soft, but it's definitely there. So I'm gonna go in again with a little bit more. I just love that there's no, I mean, it's called a cream bronzer, but it should be called like a stain bronzer, which wouldn't be as, you know, nice sounding as cream, but this is really not creamy. It's really like you're applying a stain to the face, and it's even lighter than a stain. I don't know what's lighter than a stain, but this is it. This is it. So this retails, I believe, for $39. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correct price on the screen here. But I would say it's definitely worth it. I might even consider getting the next shade up, which I think is the deepest shade. So this shade, Seychelles, is a medium deep shade, and the next shade up, which is the deepest shade, is Capri. And I might consider trying that because, like, even though the shade shows up deep, it blends out so freaking softly. Like, I'm ready to purchase that shade as well. I think that Seychelles is super natural looking and very soft, and you can hardly even tell it's there, which I love for a kind of no makeup look, which I do more often nowadays. But I would also love to see what the deep is giving too, because I am just fascinated and just in love with this formulation, with the lightness of it. I've never tried anything like this before. So for highlighter, I'm gonna stick with Fat Glass from the Fenty Beauty Sunstopper palette. So for blush, I'm gonna be using Rare Beauty's Nearly Apricot from their Melted Blush collection. I think that this is a cooler undertone in terms of like a really bronzy sun-kissed look, but it still does what needs to be done in terms of making it look like my face has depth and dimension. And I love it. I mean, this is a clean skin brand. I believe that the subtlety in the formulation of this bronzer is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like I've never seen anything this light before. I feel like if you were to like take a spoon and spoon it up and apply it, you could blend it out and blend it out and blend it out and blend it out, and it's going to give you a kind of airbrush effect on your face. It's gonna be soft. They said it's mistake proof. They did say that in the description. I would say that that's absolutely 100% true. Mistake proof. If you're using it in the right places on your face, you can't mess this up. And so I would even say that this is a really great beginner bronzer for someone who's never tried bronzer before, because you can't mess it up. It's soft, it's light, it's lighter than a stain. It's not a cream. Yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about this. I'm so glad that I picked it up. If you're looking for something heavy and something that is just really showing the work, maybe this is not for you because the formulation is very soft and natural, but if you like soft and natural and buildable, definitely worth the $39 in my opinion. So that is basically it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this review. Please remember, as always, to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't as yet and you enjoy content like this. And as always, if you're watching this video and you liked it, please remember to click on the thumbs up button below to show your likes. I really appreciate each and every one of them. And I hope to see you in my next video soon. Bye.